My name is Maggie Love. I'm the founder of SheFi, and SheFi empowers professional women and non-binary folks to succeed in frontier industries like Web3. A little bit about me, I'm a 3-time crypto founder. I've been full-time in the space since 2017, and I like to say I've had 9 crypto lives. Connections brought me to Arbitrum, so one of my SheFi students who ended up being head of strategy at Rary Foundation introduced me to Off-Chain Labs. And then another friend in the ecosystem introduced me to Joe. And so I just started talking to Arbitrum, honestly, last year about like different opportunities and things that we could do together. And then Joe actually from the DAO said he had been out canvassing, saying, what is the best group for women in Web3? Like who's actually making a difference? And so he was out there canvassing and a lot of people said SheFi. And so he came to me in January with like a more formal, like, let's do something together. So we've been, in talks since then to make some type of partnership happen. And so what's really lovely about SheFi and about the Web3 community is that all these things happen through like connections and invitations, or at least, 5 years into doing SheFi, I launched it in 2019, people know about it. So it's great when there's sort of that like inbound connectivity, people helping, bring those partnerships to SheFi. Tips to join Web3, I would say that, definitely subscribe to different newsletters, like just start taking in information. I would say another thing to do is, to come to events if it's possible. You don't have to fly to a proper event like ETHCC. There's probably something happening in your local community that's Web3, and this is such a social industry, like meeting people is a really big part of it. And I'd say the third thing is to just start getting educated. So maybe that's reading white papers for you, maybe it's joining Discords, maybe it's doing Coinbase Learn, or just start figuring out where you can take that time to learn the core concepts. So things I am looking forward to are happening in Web3 this year. I am really excited to see that the stack is improving and we do have more like friendly applications. Even wallets are getting much better. We are minting NFTs on Arbitrum and SheFi for completing different classes. And with some wallets, they don't even have to change the chain. So, to me, that's like a big improvement. You don't have to go add all these little pieces of infrastructure in yourself as a user. You can just really start to use Web3 a little bit more seamlessly. So I think a lot of that focus on improving the consumer experience is something I'm excited about. I'm excited about lots of new use cases, when we're thinking about AI and we're thinking about DePIN and even bringing some more real world assets to the space. Those are all exciting trends I'm looking forward to seeing this year in Web3. What do I expect from Web3? I think that I expect them to partner with organizations like SheFi. I expect them to be thinking about how can we be more inclusive in our efforts? How can we bring more people into the ecosystem? How can we use our massive brands to, bring real humans in? In this space, we've focused a lot on airdrop farming and schemes that I actually don't think bring real long-term contributors to the space. So I say that's my maybe one spicy take I expect for Web3 is start focusing on organizations and groups and strategies that bring real long-term contributing humans to the space, not just short-term schemes that people can create a lot of wallets and get a lot of tokens, but it's not necessarily people who want to actually move Web3 forward. So that is one thing. And then what I expect from Arbitrum this year, I think Arbitrum is doing a lot of great work funding more consumer use cases like gaming, thinking about, where are places that people actually want to spend their time. The DAO stuff is really exciting as well. So how do we get more people in the DAO contributing more voices? And specifically for SheFi, that's really what we've been working on. So not only are we educating people in SheFi about Arbitrum, the different applications built on top of Arbitrum, them using these different applications, but also with the DAO, how do we actually create a pipeline where we make it very clear and very easy how women and non-binary folks in SheFi can start contributing immediately. So not just educating them, but giving them that tangible experience inside the DAO, earning reputation, reviewing proposals, writing grants. And so what I expect is really all of this is not just funding, just for my course, but funding that leads to people actually contributing to the DAO and being those long-term users or contributors who make a real impact. So like a tight partnership to take all that education and put it into action.